Do you love baseball?
Heck yeah, I do.
Then time to listen to
The man who's been around since they invented the game.
Yes, he's that old.
Even older than me.
It's time for Dugout Discussions
With
Chris Rose.
Who?
Chris Rose.
I thought he was dead.
That's Pete Rose.
Oh, my bad.
Here we go.
We are back out at Angels Stadium. It's another edition of Dugout Discussions with Chris Rose. It is presented to you by American Crew. Style like a pro with American Crew. In just a few minutes, we'll be joined by a former NL MVP, Andrew McCutchen. But a quick reminder first, hit that like button, smash that subscribe button as well. We want you along for our journey, which today starts with another edition of Questions with the Queen.
In a past life, the Queen was a former teacher. Who was your favorite teacher while growing up?
Probably in high school, I had a history teacher, Mr. Burt, who...
Shout out.
Shout out. I hope he sees this. He would wake up in the morning, bike to the beach in San Juan Capistrano, and surf, do all that by 6 a.m., and then he'd go to school and teach us history.
Ooh, favorite teacher? Miss Bass, my art teacher. I was in art. I actually won the art contest, not to brag or anything, but...
Please do.
Yeah, it's someone I still talk to today. My math teacher in high school, Miss Diaz.
Shout out, man.
Shout out, Christina. I still talk to her today. She was at every high school game of mine. Big supporter, and even to today's day, she's still a big supporter of me.
It's my special
So
talent.
more than stick figures? Like
Oh yeah,
legit?
yeah. It was like fruit, Picasso type stuff.
What grade?
I was a junior in high school.
Were you a brainiac?
Math was probably my best subject. That's about the only subject I was good at. I think for her class it was just algebra, but she helped me out quite a bit, and it was fun having her.
The way you're playing, take an accounting class.
I do have to give a shout out. It's my academic advisor at Air Force, who was what's his name? Yeah, it shows where my mind's at. But he was an ex-Army Ranger, I believe, who taught us how to knife fight in military and strategic studies class.
I would say, so it was my history teacher, but he was like the assistant football coach. His name was Coach Cap.
Cutch. His Colonel Cutchen. So we called him Cutch. So kind of a full circle thing.
Wait, taught you knife fighting?
Yeah, he would teach us how to Air Force is a little different. He would teach us how to knife fight on War Story Friday. He would and this wasn't every Friday. He did it once or twice. So I shouldn't say it was like a routine thing, but you don't forget that.
I was in his class for history for like 2 years, and then I was his student assistant.
What the heck does that mean?
Since we were super
That sounds
tight,
like a brown noser.
No, yes, it was. But it was a class that I could take for like an elective. And I would go in there and he would say, Riley, go home. I'm not trying to throw him under the bus, but I would just go home. And he would just mark me there, and if I didn't have anything to do for him. I think the only thing I did for him was pass out papers, and that was it.
That's good, though.
Yeah.
I'd probably say my mom. My mom was a teacher in the school system that me and my sister attended, and Miss Adell was awesome, so I love my mom.
And were you so bad at it, that's why you had to take it twice, or was it two different histories?
It was two different.
Okay.
I think one was U.S. history, and then there was another one. And I don't know, we just kind of connected and became pretty good friends, and we Snapchat each other a lot.
That's cute. That's adorable.
Yeah.
Okay, what'd she teach?
She was an 8th grade English teacher, and then at the end of her time teaching, she was a principal.
Tough grader, though?
She was tough sometimes, for sure.
His name is Tony. He was the one, I don't know what's the name of that here, but it's the one that you go outside and you play basketball, you play...
Yeah, a PE coach.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, we'll go with my, PE coach. Yeah, I'll go with that.
Who's that?
Steve Schimpler.
He was fun. He was always trying to be close to their students, so everybody loved him. I think if you ask any classmate that I had or anybody from that school, they're gonna say the same guy.
And then he was also the basketball coach.
Oh, you were a hooper?
Yeah, a little bit back in the day. Yeah.
What's the scouting report?
stand in the corner and shoot threes.
You were the corner three guy?
Yeah.
Okay. Those guys are important too.
Favorite teacher, Mrs. Marks. I had her 6th grade math teacher. Math was my subject. I loved it. And I don't know, something about 6th grade. I remember her very vividly and just had a great year. Really got me into it with math, and I stuck with it, and it was my favorite subject all the way through college.
You're saying if you weren't pitching,
yeah,
you would be the math brain.
I guess, I don't know. Whatever that would be, whatever I would do, maybe.
You know what I mean? You can't say maybe. You had something in mind.
I fake it. I fake it until I make it. That's what we do. So I just keep doing this as long as I can, and I'm happy,
Great job, guys. Thanks for answering the questions. Good work. Now I want to hear from you. Which question do you want answered next time? A, B, C, or D? Can't wait to see you again.
It was good to have the Queen back with us. Some snaps from Michelle Rose, maybe a comment or two telling her how much you missed her. I don't miss her because I see her every day, but that's for a different show. Anyway, we'll get back out to the ballpark with Andrew McCutchen in just a second, but a quick reminder that today's episode of Dugout Discussions, it's brought to you by our friends over at American Crew. Just like you need the right gear in sports, you need the right gear for your hair. Now, we've teamed up with American Crew, the champions in men's grooming, to help you style like a pro. Whether it's holding strength of fiber, the versatility styling of forming cream, or the classic shine of pomade, American Crew has you covered. Check out these all-star hairstyling pucks on Amazon today. Style like a pro on and off the field. Well, let's head back to the field. Actually, the dugout in Anaheim as we catch up with former NL MVP Andrew McCutchen. All right, so I've been interviewing you for over a decade now. I'm well more than a decade. I'm getting older, and you're looking better. What the heck are you doing that I'm not?
Peloton.
Seriously? Are you the guy that gets up there in the hotel gym every day, sets it?
Oh yeah. I've been honestly. I was trying to think of a way that I can get myself. Well, I always get myself in shape, but just get myself in shape to where I'm just not crushing my legs so much where I feel like I gotta get under a rack and squat hundreds of pounds of weight. So I was like, you know what? Let me just see what it does for me and see if I like it. And I ended up liking it a lot. So yeah, I'm that guy. I'm in the hotels. They have one. I even bring my shoes with me. I'm definitely that dude though.
Okay. Do you sing? Do you scream? What's going on? If I were to have a camera on you during the workout?
Oh, I'm definitely rapping. So shout out Alex Toussaint.
Yeah.
Shout out Alex Toussaint. Find your rhythm, find your focus, find your pace. And I'm whatever song's on that day. If it's 2000s hip hop, you got me. I'm locked in for 30 minutes.
Have you met Alex yet?
I have not. I got to take a trip out to New York.
I was going to say, well, I mean, you're there a few times a year. Can we stop by, make this happen?
I know. Maybe you should be able to make that happen. Hop in, maybe even do a sesh or something like that before I head to the field. Maybe if I'm off that day or something.
Okay, so MVP baseball player, cyclist extraordinaire coming to the Tour de France near you, but you received a scholarship offer from the U?
Allegedly. I don't know for a fact that happened. I only know that through my football coach in high school at that time, Mike Haid. He hit me up after I got drafted, and that's what he told me. He said, "Hey, there's an offer on the table from Miami, and they want you there." Mind you, at that time I hadn't played in a year and a half, so I don't know how true it is, but that's what he said, and I kindly, said no thanks, but yeah.
Did you think about it?
No, not at all. I knew I was going to do baseball. Baseball was my thing. I mean, my dad did play football. He played in Carson. He went to Carson Newman in Tennessee and played. And he had an ultimatum: either continue to do that or take care of your little baby, which was me at that time. So he came back and he took care of me. So so football definitely is in my blood, but no, baseball was a thing to do.
I love it that you were talking about your dad, because I read that they were teen parents. They were both really good athletes, and your dad came home because he wanted to make sure he was present in your life. What a thrill it must be for him to see everything you've accomplished athletically, right?
Yeah, definitely. I grew up in an athletic family. My mom ran track. She played volleyball. My dad doing basketball and football. And it was – now that I get to experience it myself, now that I have children of my own and I get to watch them grow and play, baseball and t-ball and coach pitch, whatever you call it, now that I get to live through them that way, I could only imagine how it felt for my parents and how it continues to feel for them even to this day. So, it's great to be able to do what I'm doing, for them to sacrifice what they did for me to get to where I'm at. So, yeah, man, that's why I'm out here and doing it and continuing to do it.
You want to coach your kids?
Oh, definitely. I'm definitely going to be up there coaching. I'm gonna be top stepping it with them. So, I can't wait to get that opportunity to coach him. So,
all right, Coach Cutch, what do we think the scouting report's going to be on that? Because there are screamers and there are very supportive coaches. Where are you going to lie?
I'm going to support.
Yes.
A guy you have to support, especially children, man. Like children, you need to do your best to encourage, do your best to support, do your best to be in their corner rooting for them and making them feel like they're the best player on the team no matter what. And when they fail, just be the first person they come to. And, that's the way that I look at it, because that's what I had. And it got me to where I'm at. And I'm going to just try to do the same thing for my kids for sure. And then for whoever I'm coaching as well. So I think you need that more than anything else. The screaming, the yelling, you don't need that, man. They're kids at the end of the day. Let them enjoy the game.
I hope y'all are listening out there that are coaches, because that is some important stuff right there. So you're taking it year by year. Are you thinking about it? Are you taking more of the game in? Because at some point it will be it.
Yeah, definitely. I've been thinking about it. I think about it all the time. I think about whenever I'll say, okay, I'm done. I want to be able to know that I'm done. I want to be able to know that, it's time, man. It's time to hang the cleats up and just, call it, a career. So I do think about it all the time. I don't believe that time's not yet, but I know a time will come when I do feel that way. When? I don't know. I know it's between me and God at some point. So I don't know, man. I enjoy it. I enjoy it every day. I've always enjoyed it. I always say every time I go out there on that field before the game and say my prayer, I play it like it's my last one. And I do that no matter what, because at one point it will be your last one. I've had injuries. I've come off the field. And those times I was like, if this is it, then I gave it everything I had, So that's the way that I look at it, and I'm going to continue to do that. So when it's time, man, I'll be fine with it.
Do the younger guys here ask you about what the Cueto game was like? Like, that's when that stadium was rocking. And that's what we as baseball fans want to see again. Like, do you tell the stories, or do you let it sit?
I wish they asked more. I think sometimes, with me and my status and the guys around me who probably been watching me since they were kids, right. They don't want to ask those questions. They don't always want to feel like they're annoying me or something, but I wish we had more of those conversations. I wish I could talk to them more about it, because ultimately I'm the one person in the clubhouse that can tell them what it was like and can also tell them what I feel like it takes. And I wish we had more open dialogue about it, because, it's something the fans deserve and they're hungry for. And like me, I also am hungry for it as well. And, I would love for that to happen, man, because you got a fan base there that, they're hungry. They're hungry to see a winning team. So, I wish we did talk about it more.
We interrupt the Andrew McCutchen interview for this new channel alert. We're launching an all-new home for can't-miss challenges, collabs, and general shenanigans, introducing the one and only Warehouse Challenges. Yeah, our newest channel, where you're going to be able to watch your favorite Warehouse Games creators compete in one-off competitions, games, and contests with the help of some special guests from around the internet. Subscribe to Warehouse Challenges on YouTube and make sure you don't miss out. New challenge videos drop each and every Monday. Now, back to our regularly scheduled programming. You guys have a really great starting staff, and obviously it's led with the guy who started the All-Star game last year for the NL. Complete this sentence. In 15 years, Paul Skenes will...
He's going to be real rich one day. He's going to make a lot of money. He's going to make a lot. I know ultimately it ain't what it's always about, but you can't help but think about it, you know, especially all these dudes signing these huge deals, man. Like, he's going to be able to give him a blank check, you know, so I'm here to see it. I can't wait to see it. I hope he does well. I hope he does things that you've never seen in this game before for the years to come. I hope he's able to be this unicorn in pitching to where he's throwing up numbers we've never seen before. I hope it for him, and I also hope that he's able to do it here and we're able to win with him here. And I hope I can be a part of it, and I ain't going to be here much longer. So got to do it real soon, so I'm here for it.
Is he the most talented guy? You faced a ton of talented guys, some that are ending up in Cooperstown. When you stand behind him, do you talk to yourself like, that is insane? You have to take us out on the field. What are you seeing that we can't see through the TV?
Yeah, there's a lot of guys in the game who throw 100, right? Starters that throw 100 plus. So you can name off the top of your head. There's guys who, you may not even know them, and they're like, this dude's pumping 100, consistently. The thing that makes him stand out, I think, it's his work ethic behind what he does. I think what people don't see, and sometimes they may see it a little bit, man, he's constantly challenging himself to be better. Now, with that, there does come a little bit of, all right, you don't always have to overdo it, but that comes with time, like anything. And just going out there and doing what you've always been doing, what you've done thus far. I know he's only competing with himself. He's not competing with anything else. And when you're that good, that's what you do. You challenge yourself. You compete with yourself. And you set standards and goals for yourself, so you're trying to constantly top what you've already done. So, that is his personality. And, I know at some point he's going to figure it out. He's going to learn. There's times when I can use the 100. There's times when I don't have to use it. And that just comes with all time and development. And, he's tremendous. He's a tremendous person. And he's something unlike someone I've ever seen in a Pirates uniform, pitching.
It's pretty awesome that there was a baby named Cutch after you. You had a chance to meet the family, which I thought was really cool. My wife didn't even want to name our kids Chris after me. How amazing is it that somebody took the time to think about it and say, that's Cutch?
Yeah, it's crazy, for sure. I definitely didn't. I understand the impact you can have on people, but when it comes to the point of I'm going to name my baby after you, I was like, for me, I don't know how to really put that into words, honestly. And I'll never forget, I was talking to the dad, and I was like, man, how was your wife okay with that? And he was like, she was the one that wanted it to happen. It was more her than it was me. And I was like, wow, that's tremendous. So it was awesome. I got to meet him and take a picture with him. And I mean, someday down the line, that kid's gonna have that photo. The dad's gonna be able to tell the story, and hopefully he'll be okay with it.
I was gonna say, because there's gonna be some people that are like, wait, baby Cutch, hold on here a second.
Yeah, hopefully down the road when he gets the story, hopefully he's like, all right, I'm cool with the name. I'm cool with the name.
All right. So you had the little incident with Washington, and I just want to clear it up because it did make John Boy news, right? Because he reads lips and all of that. So I am curious, just your thoughts on, how close did he get in terms of accuracy of what was said?
Says, keep that shit down, bro. What the fuck? It was
Fairly
over
close.
my head, bro. Dog, let's fucking go. I didn't throw at you. It was at my head. Cutch is saying it was close. It was right over. It was right at me, but that was way up there.
So that's not accurate. That part's not accurate. But like in initially when it happened, I told him, like, dude, like, keep it down. Like, why not at the head? You know, I just say, hey, keep it down, not at my head. I take a break, I come back, I'm sitting there. Now the umpires are doing their little thing. I am not directly in front of Jorge Lopez. I'm not right in front of him. He's a little off to my left. He looks in the dugout and he says, come on, man. And he like says that, and then that's when I jumped in front and I told him, like, dude, you can't talk right now. Dude, you threw it at my head. Like, there's no point in having this conversation. Then that's when it kind of escalated. There wasn't anything that was gonna happen, I don't think. I think, you know, when Cruz grabbed me and pushed me back, like, he didn't have to do that. It's not like I was gonna go fight the dude. Like, I knew initially in my mind, I didn't feel like it was on purpose. I don't think he did that on purpose. I think it got away from him, and it just happened to sail over my head. But, you know, past that, I think, honestly, and I said this is what led to the suspension. This is what I think. I think had Jorge Lopez not said anything in that moment, if he would have just remained quiet, and when the umpires were over there trying to figure out what they're going to do, if he would have just been quiet, and the benches didn't clear, they would have warned both sides, and the at-bat would have continued. But since he said something and the bench is cleared, that's when it went to what happened next. And someone asked, I said, I don't think it was on purpose. I don't think he meant to do it. But, oh well, I mean, like, you know, that's what happens. That's the game, and they're going to make decisions. I guess try to keep it down next time, you know, and let's try not to talk about it or get mad about it in the moment. So that's the way I looked at it, but I definitely don't think it was on purpose.
Jimmy did do a good job lip reading the first part.
The first part, yeah, that was pretty accurate. But everything when I was in the dugout explaining it, I was saying that I didn't know how close the ball was to my head. I said I thought it was actually way above my head, and then when I went and looked at it, I saw that it was right at my head. I was like, but to me, it looked like it was like a foot above my head. And so I was like, I didn't know it was that close. So that's what I said in the dugout. I never said anything like, oh, yeah, I knew it was going to happen. And I didn't say that.
Okay, good. I appreciate you clearing it up. Last thing. Do you even remember this thing?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they must have taken the model after you did Biceps Day.
Yeah, what a figurine that is. I mean, that's going to take It's going to take that's a lot of years of working out right there.
No more Peloton if you want to look like this.
No, you got to do the full class. You got to do the bike and you got to do the weights. Maybe add in some extra weight on top of that and a lot of creatine.
Yeah, I've had this a while, and unfortunately, injured reserve. He fell. Sorry.
Yeah, that is the left foot too. That's
the one.
That's the bad one too. So I get it. Yeah, get rid of that. Yeah.
Dude, I appreciate your time. It's always been a blast watching you. Keep doing your thing, man.
Yeah, appreciate it.
It's always great catching up with an old man. Veteran. I'm the old man. He's the veteran. Quick reminder, hit the like, hit the subscribe button as well. We will catch you at a stadium near you next time here on Dugout Discussions with Chris Rose.